everyone! Today I'm taking you with me in the construction and painting of one of the most iconic fighters of the World War II, the Mitsubishi A6M2 Zero. This kit produced by Eduard is part of the Pack series, so it includes photo-etched parts and masks. A great start point to achieve a detailed result without too much effort. For this model, I've decided to include additional upgrades like the resin flaps and also the resin cannon bay and ammunition, both produced by Eduard. The paint scheme I'll be doing will be that of the aircraft of Lieutenant Kunio Kanzaki, stationed at Kendari Airfield in early 1944. I start with the cockpit, which I paint before installing the Eduard photo etch parts. The photo etch parts are really well made and help add depth and realism to the interior of this aircraft. Look at how detailed and beautiful this instrument panel is. Assembling the various components is truly a pleasure. The fit is amazing and the details are really impressive. Alright guys, the work on the interior is complete. Now let's close up the fuselage and finish the pilot's office. A little reminder in case you also want to build this kit. Joining the two fuselage halves isn't as easy as it might seem. The thin plastic and the lack of some pins in certain key areas make fitting the two halves a bit tricky, but nothing impossible. You just need to be careful that everything aligns properly. After gluing and sanding the fuselage, I sprayed a bit of primer on the seams to check if further sanding is needed. An interesting part of this model is definitely the work to be done on the wings. As mentioned earlier, I will be adding resin flaps and also making one of the cannons and the ammunition bay visible. To do this, it's necessary to modify the wing by cutting away the unnecessary parts to make space for the resin details. The cut in the flap area was simple, and everything went as it should. Now comes the most complex part. The upper section needs to be cut in two places to make space for the cannon, while the lower section needs to be cut near the landing gear bay. You have to be very careful not to crack the plastic that will remain unsupported. The cuts have been made, and now it's time to insert our resin details. There are a few details as well as some photo etch parts. It's like a mini kit within the kit. These formers are what we needed to reattach the lower part that was left unsupported. Once glued and with all the gaps filled, there will be no more risk of anything breaking. Once everything is in place and the gaps have been filled with putty, I move on to priming and painting these areas. One interesting thing I discovered while building this model relates to this color that was used in certain areas of Japanese aircraft, the Aotake blue-green. It is commonly called the Aotake color, but in reality it is a corrosion-resistant coating from a family of transparent Zabon enamels. Aotake is a crystal found in a border area between Japan and Europe, and it dissolves in alcohol. It is used in coating for steel and similar materials. Aotake was considered very similar to the zinc chromate used on American military aircraft. It seems almost as though this was only a corrosion-resistant base sprayed onto the surfaces most exposed to the elements, such as flaps, landing gears, etc., and that it was supposed to receive another coat of paint, but probably left as is due to wartime constraints. Back to the model, it's time to assemble the wings. As you can see, I filled the gaps that formed after the cuts with putty, as well as some areas of the fuselage. Now that the assembly of the model is mostly complete and the seam lines have been cleaned up, I can prime the Zero and then move on to painting. If you like what you're seeing and want to stay updated on all the news and projects I'm working on, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel and activate the bell to not miss the next episodes. It's a way to support my work and help grow our modeling enthusiast community. removing the masking putty, I realized that the sharp and imprecise line between the two colors isn't what I wanted. So I decided to use it only as a guide to respray the green and make the transition between the two colors smoother. The leading edges of the wings will need to be yellow, so before applying the final color, I spray some white, which is a great base for colors like yellow or red. And this is the final result of the painting process of this fantastic Zero. To seal the paintwork, I sprayed 2 coats of A6M2 clear, and now I'm moving on to applying the numerous decals and stencils provided by Eduard. It's important to remove all the air under the decal using a brush to ensure it adheres well to the model. Then we remove the water by gently pressing with a cotton stick. Softener is necessary to soften the decal and ensure it adheres perfectly to the panel lines, which will become visible even under the decal. wonderful thing about Eduard's new decals is that you can remove the transparent films, which often shows that annoying reflection. Just wait 24 hours after placing the decal and then gently lift the edges with tweezers. If that's not enough, you can help with a bit of water. Wow, it looks like it's painted on the model. Japanese aircraft were known for being often mistreated, so I also want to reproduce a fairly noticeable wear and tear on this model. It's time to dirty up our plane a bit. I start with an acrylic wash. Then a bit of exhaust smoke. Before continuing with the weathering, I install the landing gear and the corresponding doors. Surely there was some dust on this aircraft that took off and landed in the middle of the forest. And of course some mud splashes as well. If you've made it this far in the video and haven't fallen asleep yet, write Zeke in the comments so I know you are a super fan. We are almost at the end of the video and I'd like to take the opportunity to thank you. I hope it was enjoyable and interesting for you. If you want to see more videos like this, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel and let me know what you think. I can't wait to read your comments. Bye and see you next time. Monday!